Hello everybody, I'm Rabbi Chaitovsky. Welcome to another video dvar here from my office at BMH-BJ. This week's Torah portion, Tazria, details a number of interesting laws regarding childbirth and spiritual contamination following childbirth, and all that seems, again, a little esoteric to us. But there's something in the Torah portion that immediately jumps out at us, something that we all know. And it's probably something that we don't need the Torah to tell us, because we already had the model of this with Avraham and his son Yitzchak, and that is the rule of circumcision, the rule of the Brit Milah. And our Torah portion says, "Uvayom hashmini yimol basar arlato," that after a baby boy is born, on the 8th day, the circumcision, the foreskin is removed through the ritual operation of circumcision. And there are many questions one might ask about circumcision, and of course in this day and age circumcision, throughout the ages, circumcision has been controversial. Some people say that it shouldn't be done, it's too traumatic for the baby, there's no health benefit. None of that really matters, because circumcision is just one of those rites of passage that Jewish fathers and mothers have adopted and have maintained, and in many cases, even a parent that is reluctant to do it is even more reluctant to not do it, because they don't want to be the one to break that chain. Because for time immemorial, this has been the way of Jewish males to bear the sign of the Brit, bear the sign of the covenant, the deal. But I wanted to explain first why the Brit Milah is done on the 8th day. Why not do it on the first day? Why not do it when the baby's a little older? And our tradition tells us that we do it on the 8th day. We don't do it on the first day, because the bond between the parent and the child is not strong enough yet. And we don't do it on the first or second or third birthday, because then the bond between a parent and a child would be so strong that a parent might be truly reluctant and might even refuse to subject the child to the circumcision at that age. So they chose the 8th day. And it's interesting why they chose the 8th. In Jewish tradition, the number 7 represents teva, represents the nature. 8 is considered lema'ala mina teva. 8 is considered to be something that is beyond nature, supernatural. And perhaps what this is saying is that the child demonstrates a certain viability by living a week, and on that 8th day, at the beginning of their second week of life in the new world for them, they are immediately entered into that covenant. And that's a wonderful thought, but I want to add a little bit to it, because no matter where you begin in the cycle of days, if a baby is circumcised on the 8th day, there's something that is guaranteed. And what's guaranteed is that the baby will have experienced at least one Shabbat prior to their circumcision. The experience of a Shabbat, with its tranquility, with its spiritual energy, in its idealized form, of course, and the experience of a Shabbat as a Yom Menucha and a Yom Kedusha is important. That is one of the tests of viability. Our tradition says that if the Jewish people would keep 2 Shabbatot in a row, the Mashiach would come. There obviously is something special about a Shabbat, even for a baby who is somewhere between 1 and 8 days old. So the Brit Milah takes place on the 8th day, because that guarantees that the baby will have experienced Shabbat. And that's a beautiful idea. You know, here at our synagogue, we're having a very special Shabbat this week. It's called Shabbat Yachad. a Shabbat of unity, a Shabbat of togetherness, a Shabbat when we're all going to be davening together in one minyan. We'll have opportunities to learn at different points of the service. We'll have opportunities to sing together, opportunities to come together at the end of the service for a beautiful kiddush. And we're trying something new. We're going to be having options during the service for people to learn and to study and to ask questions. This doesn't often happen at BMH-BJ, but we're trying it here together with the members of Shari Simcha, and we're looking forward to a wonderful, wonderful Shabbat of Yachad. And just like the Shabbat for a baby is a rite of passage, it's an entry, it's a preparation for, it's a little taste of what the beauty of the covenant is. We're hoping that Shabbat Yachad this week at BMH-BJ will also be a little taste of what Jewish life at BMH-BJ and what Judaism at BMH-BJ and beyond can really be like. That is the Shabbat of the Brit, and that is the Shabbat of Shabbat Yachad. We hope you'll be able to join us for Shabbat Yachad this coming Shabbat. It's Shabbat HaChodesh, it's Shabbat of Tazria, it's Shabbat of Rosh Chodesh. We'll be meeting in the chapel with Shari Simcha at 9 a.m., and we really hope you can make it. It'll be a wonderful, wonderful experience. Shabbat Shalom.